Okay, guys, I am so sorry that happened tonight. Okay, so I want to show you what I was talking about here. At first, I'm going to model it. Okay, so let's go to my class website. Here, my class website, you have an instructional video like one like we've created in the past, and below it, I have a form they fill out. Okay, so they respond to the multiple choice question. I have them tell me how they solved the problem. I have them answer a free response problem, and they tell me what questions they had. They give me their last name, they give me their first name, but notice here they also give me their email. And this is a big thing, okay? So you need to have a question where they ask you for your email. And they give me some other information, and they hit submit, and we're good to go. So let me show you what that looks like on the back end. Okay, so here's the chart where it all goes. And here's their email, everything's great. And if you notice here, I added a column, and I called this column email feedback, and I actually made it a different color as a reminder to myself that this is a separate column. And this is where I'm going to give them feedback. So here's the really cool part. And if you notice, I've been giving some feedback as well. So I'm going to go through, and if you look, here's a question a student has that says, can we go over IMF thing in class? Okay, and I'm just going to respond to him. I'm going to say, LJ, that's his name. Of course, we can go over it in class, but it might help if you come and see me before or after as well, so I can answer some specific questions. Okay, and I might want to say to LJ as well, IMF forces are the forces between each molecule holding them together, and intra forces are the forces within a molecule holding it together. Come check in with me. Okay, so I gave him some specific response, specific to LJ. If you notice, he gave me his email here. Now, if you look at the top here, you see this thing that says form emailer, okay? And I added this to the spreadsheet, and that's a script. And I'm going to click form emailer, and I'm going to click this thing that says process manually, okay? What's now going to come up is this box, and it says, which line do you want to process? And this came from the 5th line. So I write 5, I write OK, and now that just sent an email to LJ. That's how easy it was. So he's going to get that response. And then I can go down to the next person and the next person and respond to them. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So what I did here is I made a sample Google form, okay? And it's simply asks for last name, first name. I actually need to go back to that form. Let's go to edit form. And I need to add a column for email. Okay, because remember, you have to do that. So here's what that form looks like right here. Last name, first name, email. It asks them to check the standards they've mastered so far. It says, of the standards you've mastered, which one is more difficult? Clearly explained by providing an example. It says, of the standards you've not mastered, what questions do you still have? Some good information in a standards-based system you want to get from kids. So I'm going to go into this spreadsheet, okay, and I'm going to add the script. So I go insert script. And up here at the top, I type form emailer. And these two come up. I'm going to choose the bottom one. At installing, you just wait a little bit. Okay, so it says installed. You say authorize, close that. Now if you look at the top, there's this thing that says form emailer. Okay, so hit install. Okay, click install. Okay. Now you have, if you notice this subsheet, okay, don't worry about this, you can just ignore it. Go back to the initial sheet down here, sheet 1. Go up to form emailer and click settings. Okay, so this is where you're going to format the email that students receive. Okay, so just follow me here. Get rid of that body HTML and erase everything. So the sender's name, this is where you put your name. So I'm going to put Ramsey. Okay. 2, well, you want this to go to the person who you are responding to in that column. Okay. So this answer, this placeholders thing up here gives you all the columns in your spreadsheet. So you scroll down to email. And then you click here, insert placeholder. So now what's going to go in there is whoever's email was in that column. Okay? You can put just standards, feedback, or whatever you want to put in here. Okay? So now I'm going to say in the body, hi, and I'm going to go up here to the placeholder and get their first name and go down here at the bottom and say insert placeholder. So we'll say hi, whoever name is in that column. Okay? My feedback is below. You can put whatever you want. Now I go back up to my placeholders and I realize I didn't put a column there for feedback. So I'm going to get out and I'm going to add a column here called feedback. Okay? I'm going to make this column a different color. Okay, so this is where I'm going to put their feedback. Now I'm going to go back up to settings. Okay, and I'm back here, and now if you notice, there's this thing that says feedback. So my feedback is below, I insert placeholder, and then I say, thanks, Ramsey. Okay, so it's going to be from me, whoever email is in that column is going to go here, whoever name is in that column is going to go here, and whatever feedback I give them is going to go there, and I press save. So let's watch how this works. I'm going to go to the live form, which is right here. Okay, Musalem, Ramsey. There's my email. I'm going to actually use my Gmail. Okay, I've mastered these 2 standards before. Of the standards you mastered, which was most difficult for you? 1B, because blah 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 blah. 1E, I don't understand, blah, 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 blah. Submit. Remember, as a reminder, you could edit this space right here if you'd like. So I go back, and here's my response. So Ramsey's filled it out at this time. He struggled on this, and he struggled on this, and there's his email. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to say, Ramsey, I think, thanks for your feedback and good job mastering 1B and 1C. For 1E, I think your problem may be blah, 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 and I can respond. Okay. Now I go up here to form emailer, process manually, and I put line 2, because that's where it is, 2. Okay. Now that email's been sent. If you go back to my email, there it is. That's how quick it was. Hi, Ramsey. Feedback is below. Blah, 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 blah. There it is. Okay? So it's going to be a really easy way to respond to students quickly. You can use it for a lot of cool things.